Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea on the Jobs Day tomorrow. We'll have the complete coverage. Of course, go beneath the headline data at 8:30. And critically for this Jobs Day, Veronica Clark at Citigroup, adamant we're going to see more than the normal revisions. This is not a normal Jobs Day tomorrow, and we'll really dive into that tomorrow with good conversation. Today was really something. The news flow was all over the place. We were going back and forth, and Ethan Bronner from Gaza was just absolutely phenomenal. We thank him for his time. He's got a really important story out on the actual Gaza this morning that I'll try to get out on Twitter and LinkedIn. Amy Silverman was on with RBC Capital Markets. Her lead note on the quantitative state of the market is the dispersion of the market is substantial. The distance from winners and losers is ever wider. Here is Amy Silverman of RBC Capital Markets.
When you have these high dispersion environments, it really, really matters what you do. And, my favorite stat about this is you could have the same level of VIX, Tom, you could have the same level of S&P drawdown, but in a high dispersion environment, if you made the right stock pick versus the wrong stock pick, that outperformance differential could really be huge. It really matters if you're in the right sectors. It really matters if you're in the right stocks versus a high correlation environment where it's all macro, we're all riding one wave.
Amy Silverman, an extended conversation today. Look for that out on Bloomberg Digital and, of course, on our podcasts as well, typically out on YouTube and YouTube podcasts. David Rosenberg was on, again, an extended conversation that could have been 4 hours long. Near the end of the conversation, we talked about the Canadian election. He said it is less like a French fragmentation and much more like Republicans and Democrats, except they're conservatives and liberals. And he was really quite brilliant on the tension in Canada and then the overlay of tariffs. He and I talked about the St. Lawrence Seaway and our childhoods of a different time of New York State and Ontario up at Gananoque. Here is David Rosenberg of Rosenberg Research on the silence of a hockey arena.
I wouldn't say it's gone, but it's been impaired, at least for now. I don't like the fact that we're booing national anthems. I mean, this is more about half the U.S. population voted against Trump. Like, what are you booing against? It's really about the president. So boo the president. But the reality is that politics will come, politics will go. I wouldn't extrapolate this into the future. But right now, I got to say, Canadians, generally speaking, and of course I live in Toronto, they're feeling really hurt by what's happened. And the thing is that I don't think the tariffs are going through, but the die's been cast and the damage is done. By the way, Tom, not just here, but in the U.S. too, because of the uncertainty that's being implemented into not just the financial markets, but in the economy. I think you're going to find the one thing that's going to be shelved in both Canada and the United States, because of the specter and the threat of the tariff, there's going to be shelving capital spending plans.
David Rosenberg of Toronto, Canada. On your commute across Canada, your commute across America, look to Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Sirius XM channel 121. Good morning to 99.1 FM in Washington. I promise Washington will have a quiet day somewhere out there. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Up to 92.9 FM in Boston. Good morning as well. We're on YouTube and YouTube podcasts. It's Single Best Idea.